Assalamu alaikum grade 4s. We are now approaching and starting our second phase of our project. Last phase we were researching and trying to understand more about sustainable cities. This week we will design our own versions of a sustainable city. To look back on last week, we have to check whether this knowledge has been gained, and if not, you need to go and re-look at last week's material, lesson, and understand what you are being taught. So last week you learned about what is a sustainable city. Why do we need sustainable cities? Why do we need them? Why can't we have just a normal city? Why do we need one that is sustainable? And advantages of having these sustainable cities. What importance are they to us? What benefits do they bring to our lives? For this week, you're starting to design your smart cities, sustainable cities, excuse me. Your learning goals for this week, that means for your normal school day week lesson and your e-learning, you will be able to understand the importance of designing things before making them. Your lesson will teach you why we need to design something first before we make it. For example, why do we need to design a house before we build it? Why do we need to design a school, a mosque, an airplane, a boat before we make them? Designs are very important. It tells anyone who's making it, the builder, the manufacturer, whoever is making it, it gives them more information about the size of your design. For example, a room, the sizes, where to put the windows, if it's a boat, how wide the boat should be, and so on. So you must have a design before you go and make something. So your first learning goal is to understand the importance of designing, and the second learning goal is to make sure that by the end of the week you have designed your sustainable city of the future. That means coming up with innovative ideas that you will include in your designs. But how will you know you've achieved these targets? That's your success criteria. You will know that you have completed my task successfully if you have if you designed an informative, sustainable city. That means your city, your design on paper has a lot of information, useful information, important information, sustainable information. This information could be buildings, diagrams, transport systems, and everything should be well laid out. The use of color is interesting because it brings some of your buildings and infrastructure to life. So applying color to your drawings will gain you more scores in your assessment. Remember, your buildings must be innovative. That means there should be buildings that maybe don't exist at the moment. You're forward thinking. This is what innovation is all about. And they could be futuristic. Once you finish all that, we need to check that you've understood the expectations by doing a knowledge check. With this, we could either do it together in class, or you could ask yourselves these questions. What was difficult about my design when I was doing it? What did I come across as a difficult thing? Do I know how to draw? Did I struggle with the layout? Am I struggling finding the information? By doing this knowledge check, you can go back and improve on any weaknesses that you had during the design stage. We will also talk about knowledge check during the lesson.